So, welcome to uh, today's class, and this time around, we'll be working through a particular project. So, we're working through a particular project. So, the project we'll be working on is employee. So, this is employee, and this time around, we just want to use a Tableau to answer these objectives. So, which are the first one is to identify job categories with the highest salaries, identify work year by salary, identify employment type with the highest distribution, identify the work setting with the highest salary, and exploring the employment type experience level with the highest salary to derive meaningful insight. So these are the objectives we want to do that we want to answer using our Tableau. So let's go to our Tableau. So this is our Tableau. So we want to connect our file. We want to connect our file. So we have it as connecting a file. So Microsoft Excel, text file, and so on. So if I click on my text file now, because it is CSV, it is under my employee project. So this is the data set. So I bring it in. So you hold on for it to load. Same thing, don't forget your data source. This is your data source. We're only using one. I didn't mean it's two. We do combination, but here we are. So you check everything and the ones you want, the ones you don't want. So my work here is this. So I leave this that way. My job title, text, job category, text, salary, currency, salary, numbers, and so on. So you check everything, you confirm if it's accurate. Good. So in this data set now, we only have the salary part because this is employment. So we're done with this. So we start with our first sheet. This is our first sheet, our sheet one. You go to your worksheet. So this is our first sheet. So we're renaming. The first objectives we want to answer is to get the job categories with the highest salary. So you go straight to the point. You have your job categories. So in this now, we don't need to have overview because this is just employment. We just need to know it's basically on the salary. So now job categories by salary. Good. That's the first one. So don't forget our dragging job categories by salaries. These are job category. So my job category, I can drag inside the pan. Job category by salary. My salary also. Good. So click on show me. What did I use by? So job category by salary. We are using that's I told you one thing about Tableau is that it's going to give you the best recommendation. So it already gave us a recommendation. So it's either you use your horizontal bar or anyone you want out of this. So we're using our horizontal bar, which is stated here. So when you bring it in, you make use of descending order so that you can see from the highest. So the job categories by salaries now, we can see data research as the highest. So we'll still we are still going to do the what's it called editing. So let's just bring everything in and we do our editing from beginning. So let's just bring in our sheets. The next one is employment type as salary. We want to get based on our objective. So it will be employment type by salary. Employment type by salary. Okay. So this time around, let me come to my show me. I can use different steps. So employment type by salary. So these are what we have. So I now feel like, okay, I want to use packed bubble. So I can click on this is what I want to use. So employment type by salary. We drag in employment type by salary. We drag it in. Then salary. Okay. So employment type by salary. Good. You can see. So with this now, maybe to see this, the biggest one is the full time. That's the one, those people in the full time categories has the highest salary, have been paid the highest. So you can see. So the next one, we'll still do our editing. We're just trying to bring everything in. The next one is work year by salary because we want to get the line, the trend of salary being paid by each year. So we have work here, or let us say salary trend. Salary trend by year. Good. So salary trend by year by using our line charts. Where's it? So you can double click here. We're using our line charts. Work here, then salary. So work here, then salary. And bring it in again. So we have work here by salary. I need to take this off. Good. So work here by salary. We have our trend line done. We can see 2020, nothing in 2019. 2020, the salary keep increasing. So this now there are something you can actually say from here, probably because of COVID-19. They have lesser people coming to job at this period. Just your own insights. I told you data analysis is not all about rebuilding that. It's all about you understanding the data and understanding the business problem. So we've done for this. The next one is okay, work setting by salary. The salary trend, we've done that. So work setting by salary. Don't forget we are following through our objectives. So work setting by salary to get salary structure based on the work setting. So work setting by salary, we are making use of our tree map. So work setting by salary, we are making use of our tree map. So we can bring it in. So we are making use of our tree map for work setting by salary. So my work setting by salary. Okay. Tree map. So we can see in-person, remote. The last one, hybrid. So in-person has the highest. So they are being paid the highest. Remote is the next one. And after that, the last one is the hybrid. Okay. So let's proceed. We'll still do the editing later. So the next one, which is, I think the last objective, is to get the experience type, the experience level, the work. We want to know the employment type, the experience level by salary structure to get that. So, that one, we'll use our highlights table. I'm just giving you another ways, you can click on your, what's it called first, before you now bring it in, depending on your own choice. So we have highlight table for the employment type, experience level. So let's bring employment type. Okay. Experience level will be on top because we are running two things. Then salary. Good. So with this now we can see that the entry level, they have this. Executive, you can see this and so on. So that is how we run that. So I'm trying to use descending order here so that we can see. I'm trying to use descending order here. So it will be easier for the 2,052,000. Okay, so I want you to follow the normal one, which is entry level, blah, 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 mid level, and so on. Okay, so with this now we can see that experience level, the entry. So in the contracts, what's it called? Staff now. The contract staff, the people with the highest pay is the mid level. They are the ones with the highest pay based on the data sets we have with us. So the freelancer, you can see the mid level at the highest pay. The full time, you can see the executive, the mid level, and the senior. The senior at the highest paid. So we can see followed by the mid level, followed by the executive. So part time, we have entry level and mid level. So let's proceed. We've done for this By using our highlights table for this, then okay, let's rename. So you rename as employment type, employment type by experience level, employment type by experience level, by experience level, employment type by experience level, then by salary. Good. So all objectives done. All objective has been done. So the next thing is now we're creating our dashboard. But for the dashboard, let's run the editing so that we can know how it should look like. So the editing now, we have the job categories by salary. So to run our editing now, we change the colors and a lot of things. So let's do that now. So job categories by salary. So this one now, I want to give it a name, the headings. So we have job category by salary. Semi-bold, 12 bold, work color. I want to try to see the one we did so that we can follow it. Okay, so this is the color and this is what was done. So let's follow this so that we can have the same thing. Work here by salary. So we have job category. Okay, the first one is work here by salary. No. Let's just, so we have job category by salary. So the color is this. Let's follow this. Let's just follow that. So more colors now. The color used, I think, is this. Let me see. So centered. Okay, good. So this is a color used. So we are following this. This is what we are following now. So this is a color used. Next one, job category by salary. So after that, then we try to adjust this also. Like I told you, how do you adjust? You right click, you click on format. So in your format, you try to rename. So field labels, what are you using? So this is your field labels. That is this part. So the color, same thing, red. Let me check. Is it red for the heading also? Okay, red. This red. So shading, no shading. Good. No shading. Okay. So let's run for this also. Formats. Same thing here. We are using, let's just use medium. Let's say it looks like a good. Let's use red. Okay. So the same thing here also. You just come to the sum salary. In your sum salary now, same thing, just make use of medium so that everything will be uniform. 9. Good. So the next thing is for us to rename this. So we have formats. So our feeds, sheets, rows, and column, you click on your fill, you can see your shading. So the worksheet, the pan, and so on. So this is my worksheet, but we are not making use of this color for this. I think it's yellow that was used. Let me check again. Okay, I think this yellow was used. So let's change. Let me look for the yellow that was used. And it's been long, so I'm trying to pick the same yellow and just use this. I think, no, not this. It's something light. Think more deeper, a little bit. Something light. Let's check. Something light. Okay. I'm trying to, you can pick screen color also. So that's what I'm trying to pick. But it's not here. Hold on. I think it's this yellow. It's something like this. Let's see this. Or this. Or this. Okay. So, but you can just decide to, let me just use this yellow. Let me use this light one. So, because of our time, so that let me use this light one. So we have our red. So the next thing now is, okay, we've done for this, we've done for our feeds, the job category, the total, grand total, row banding, column banding. So you can run your, this is just, what's it called, for the class. This is just for the class. Let me take it off back. I'm trying to take it off back. I don't want to use the background color, so let me just take it off. So now we've done the necessary thing, which is the, what's it called, the coloring and every other thing that is needed. So the major thing now is I want to bring in, what's it called here, I want to label. Don't forget how we did labeling. So this one we can change the bars also. Like I said, we can change the bars. Everything you want is here. So mark label, always show. Let's see. Okay, let's leave the formatting. We'll do that when we are creating a dashboard. So now, quick one. The labeling, let's do the labeling. Let me check. Is the label there? Okay, it's not there. It's not there, but yeah, I want to add it. So the labeling, you know how to drop your salary inside your labeling. So this is your labeling. The same thing, if you want to run the editing, you right click on it and you click on format. So the same thing with your labeling, you click on formats and you do your editing. So labeling now. Okay, so I think we are using medium. Don't forget uniformity. Let's check. What color did we use for? Let's make the labeling this. Let's see how it will look. Okay, I think still cool. Or let me use light black a little bit. Okay, so let's leave it this way. Let's leave it this way. So now we've done for this. We've done for the labeling for the job category by salary. So the next thing is if you want to run this now. Okay, this one is set. No, 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 no. So let's move to employment type by salary. Let me confirm again. The only thing left is the bar. We're going to do that. We'll do that when we get to our, what's it called? When we get to, we'll do the bar on when we get to our dashboard. So let's just do the, so employment type by salary. This one too, let's check. Don't forget this is what we are following. So employment type by salary, just change also. Employment type by salary. Of, I think we're using semi-bold. Yes, and this. So centralized. Okay. Okay, so which other thing? I think we are good to go regarding this. Implement type by salary. The next one is salary trend by year. Salary trend by year. So same thing. Don't forget we are following this. Work year by salary. It's been long, so it's been long. We did this project. So work here by salary. Same thing, don't forget, everything must be uniform. That's the major thing. We use semi-bold, centralized, and red. Same thing here. Formats, the field. Let's check the field. What did we use? The field. Everything is the same color. So we use the same color for everything. This one is medium. Don't forget those fonts you used. This one is medium. Okay. So medium. Now this time around, okay, let's leave this that way. Medium, shading, no shading. So none. Same thing for this. Let's apply that. So sum and salary, we've done that. Okay, so next thing is this. Formatting can, like I always tell you, formatting can take time. You can decide to draft what you want on your probably rough book before you start making the adjustments. So, okay, we have this also. Good. I think we are good to go now. So we've done the fonts for everything. Okay. So you cannot decide to run any changes you want. You want to effect colors, the worksheet color, anything you want. Like I said, you can come here to run your editing, column branding, the heading, everything you want. You can come here to do your editing. And same thing with your, what's it called? With your borders also. You can come here to adjust that. Same thing with the grid lines and so on. So you don't want the grid lines to be there, it to be blank like this. So that's the grid line. So which other one? Work here by salary. Let's check. Are we good to go? Done, done, done. Okay. So another thing is I can still come here to format and say, okay, I probably I want to adjust anything. I want to have mark. I want to, show at indicator, anything you want. You want to show a default value, the lines will show. So it depends on anyhow you want it. So these are your formatting and it's yours to make any changes how you want it. The grid lines, like we said, we've done that. So depending on how you want it, if you want to change the worksheet color, so you come here to add up the color. So and so on. Let's leave this and move. Okay, so I want to check a color here. Okay, don't worry, don't let's add it. So let's leave this. Now, work setting by salary also. Same thing here. What do we have here? Okay, same color. We are just changing this. So what name? Work setting by salary. Medium. Or same color. Centralize. Okay. Good. Employment type by experience. This we can, I think, okay, same adjustments. So let's check the color that was used. Okay. Experience level by employment type by salary. Experience level by employment type by salary. This part also same thing formats. Is there shading there? Let's check. Okay, let's go. Which other one? This. Which other one? Okay, others. Okay, so I think we're done with this part. Also, experience level. I want to try to reduce this. Let's have it. Good. So now, with this now, we can create our dashboard. But before then, we have some slicers we need to add up. Like in our job category now, we need to add slicers there. Sorry, yeah, slicer. But before bringing the slicer, there's one thing you do, or you need to do, which is filtering. You can't just bring the slicer in. You need to add filtering here so that you can now bring in the slicer. So what are we running filter on? The filter is job category here. So you just drag your job category to your filtering bar. Now here you have all the things the way you want it to look like. So how do you want it to? You want everything. So just mark everything and click OK. So when you click OK, you come to the arrow beside this. You see show filter. This is show filter. So you click on the arrow beside here also to pick how you want it. How do you want it? Do you want it listed the way it was listed, or you want a drop down? If it's a drop down, this is how it will look like. So if I click on all, this is it. So filtering done for this. So you come to your employment type also. We want to add employment type feature so that we can filter everywhere. So employment type, I drag it to the filtering. The same process. Okay. You click on the arrow beside, show filter being shown there. You can see. So show filter being shown there. The way you want it, you click, same thing. Do you want it drop down? Do you want it listed? Anyhow you want it. If I want it to be single value slicer, you want it to be single value, do you want it listed like this, whereby they will just click all, check contract. You understand? So that is about the employment type. Anyhow you want the filtering, but I want a drop down. So done. Same thing. Let's have filtering for year also, the work year. So where do you have our work year, which is this? So you add your work year, you add it to your filtering. So range of values, at least range of values. This is how we want it. So you press OK. You can see same process. Show filter. The show filter, this is how it will look like. So if I drag, I can drag this from there. You understand? So that is it. So we are okay with this. The next one, I think, which other one can we add? Experience level. Where's our experience level? Okay, experience level. Do we need to add experience level? Okay, let's add it. So experience level so that we can see, we can filter using our experience level also. I'm okay with everything. So I can decide that, okay, I think I want show filter. I think I want everything to be displayed this way. So I want it this way, multiple value list. Okay, whereby we check. And if it's single you want, no problem. You can just click on it. So which means if I click on executive, so anyhow you want it. So with this now, let's now create a dashboard. You just click on your dashboard. Now you need to understand the settings first. So the size, you are using what? It's either automatic, it's either fixed size, anyhow you want it. Next one is I want to create, this one we don't have overview. So how do I have my heading? To put my heading, the heading is horizontal and vertical. You just come to your horizontal here, you see. So you double click on your horizontal. Don't forget, change to floating. You are using floating here. So you have horizontal. That's horizontal if I'm adding a bar. So you can even make these arrangements yourself. You can come here to, run the arrangements. You can come here to do anything you want here. How you want it, you can come here to make the arrangements, to, probably the way we always do skeleton, the way we did in Excel. So you can even do skeleton here before you now start running any adjustments or bringing those bars in or those sheets in. So it depends on how you want it. It depends on how you want it. So this now I can decide to have this way. I can use this to create, what's it called? I can use this to create a lot of things myself. I can use it to create a lot of things. So this one now, if I want to use it to create this side, you can see. So this side, so I will just turn it to, I can even drag it myself. So I want to use it to be this side. Let me just go back. Hold on. Let me get this off. So you know it is vertical. So click on your dashboard. It is vertical. So you're making use of vertical container. This is vertical. Vertical container floating. So you drag. Okay. So now adjust the color now. You just click on your layouts. This is where you do your settings, how you want it. Anyhow you want it. So the background, the colors I want for the background is this. Anyone you want. If it's this, I'm trying to look for this color. Let's see. Okay, I think let's use this and let me apply opacity. Okay, I think this is it, 37. Let's see. Okay, so I think it's this. Let me just use 40. Okay, good. So with this now, we are getting there. I've dragged this. So if I don't want border, you can see the border line. This is border line, but I don't want border. So there's no border there. But if I want border, like the way I have this now, borders. Okay, this one has no border. Others has borders. So depending on how you want it. So if I want borders now, I will adjust to what's it called? So bring out borders. So and if I want borders, same thing I apply, but this one I don't want borders. Don't forget we are imitating the same thing we have here. That is what we are imitating. So let me just drag. And after that, we have our heading. Our heading is, so go back to your dashboard. Our heading. So in the heading part now, you click on text. You can see. So text, what do we have in our text, which is employee analytical data. Employee analytical data. Or let me just say dashboard. So same thing. This one you can now use bold, increase to probably 12 or 14 because we don't have any other thing there. So you can still bold again, and you want it. Good. Floating, you drag upward. Where's it? Hold on. Okay. Okay. So you can still increase if you feel okay, 14 is small. I want you to be 18. Employee analytical dashboard. Oh, another thing is the color. Same thing, background, opacity 40. Okay. So let's check again. Is there borders there? There's border. So adjust. So border, we are having our border, thick border here, red. Let me check this size. Let me see. Is it not too thick? Let's check. Is that what we used? It's too thick. So just apply 10. Let's see 10. Okay, good. So we are getting there. So we've done for this and this. So the next thing is, like I told you, I can decide I want to bring in all these things. I want to bring it inside, what's it called? I want to make my skeleton first before bringing everything. It's based on, is your choice. Anyhow you want it. I can decide that I want to draw first, and I will not bring it in. Anyhow you want it. It's your choice, like I said. So, okay. So let's now drag work in. I think we already have what we are following. So work here. Okay, let's bring work here by salary. This one is too big. Let me reduce. I think we are getting there. So work here by salary is the first thing. You already know how to do that. Work here by salary, which is a salary trend. We drag in. You see? So same thing, don't forget floating. Good. So with this now, I can now drag in anyhow I want it. Like I said. So I come to my layout also, change the color to this, the layout the way I want it, change the color to this. So work here by salary, change the layout. So let me come back here to now do my renaming. Where is it? Salary trend by year. So let's hold on. So let's come back to work here by salary, and now that editing we want to do. Okay, so work here by salary now. Now this color part now, this is our trend line. So this color part that has our trend, I can decide to make use of, what's it called? If I drag this thing to color now, you can see this color, this color. So this is a color, then I can come here to run my format. So I can come here to run my format. So the shading part, I can come here to make any adjustment I want to. Okay, this one is for the fields. This is not what we are working on. Okay, good. So my color now, this has been adjusted to my color. I can decide to use all legend, use this legend, anyhow you want it. So, and if I don't want all this also, I can still leave it there and make it. So if I click on my edit colors now, like I said, I can decide to use the color I want here. Shall you see? So the color I want here, do you want it custom? That is, you want to pick, or automatic? Is it one you want? Is it, you understand? So if I want just singular color now, if I want just singular color now, I can decide to use, okay, I want to use one, I want to use two, I want to use three, I want to use automatic. So automatic will automatically select it itself. So that is how to run for the specific bars and so on. But this time around, I don't want this. Let me just get it off. Like I said, if you are having legends now, that's when you can just run this. But me, I don't want this. So let's change the color of the background. The color of the background is what we want to adjust now. Good. So the worksheet color, I think we use this. Okay. Should I use this? It's because we did not get the actual color. But let me come to my dashboard. So let's selecting itself. Okay. Work year by salary. Now let's do what I suggested the other time, which is the best thing if we really want to get this color that we did. So don't forget, the same thing, you come to your dashboard, it's either horizontal or vertical, anyhow you want it. The reason is because of the color we actually want to derive. So that's just it. Admin is just a normal uniform color. So we can just use that. Let me see. Are we on the same page? Okay, good. How many per each row? One. So layouts now. This one is easy. We just come to the color that has been adjusted already. So opacity 40. Click this. Turn opacity to 40. Very good. So if I drag this in now, you can see. So sorry. Good. So now I think what else? Uh, this line, this adjust. Okay. This is still like training stuff, so that's the reason why we adjust. The next one, I think border. So let's put the border. Border is this. Adjust the border. Okay, I think what else? Hold on. Okay, good. The next one is job category by salary. So same thing also, like I said, you can bring your skeleton. I call it skeleton because we build that already. Now you see automatically this work here is here. You can see the work here automatically. So you can edit yourself also anyhow you want it. I can turn this also to anyhow I want it. So filter. The reason why it's showing is because of this filtering. So that's why it's automatically updating itself here. So I can decide now, drag to 2023. You can see anyhow you want it. It's your choice. So you can format also here. You understand? You can format here. You can format, do anything you want. You can change anything you want to change. You make the adjustment there. So let's move to the next one, which is the job category by salary. Let me adjust this a little bit. Okay, so same thing, you run the editing, change the color, and so on. Mm, let's use interview. A choose it. For the so this was the board I was trying to bring in, but because we've actually inserted something here, so that's why. So here now we're having job category by salary. Go back to my dashboard, job category by salary, which is this. Job category by salary. So I bring it in automatically. So you can see this now. What are we going to use? Fit. So standard fit width. This one is fit height because it's the height you have an issue with. Good. Perfect. Okay. Now this now the what's it called? The what's the name? The labeling. The labeling part. Where is it? Job category by salary. So the label parts now, let's format. So the label parts now, let's format. So we want currency, firstly change to pounds, then custom. I don't want decimal place, and I want it in, let me see, millions. Okay, good. I want it in millions. Perfect. Let's change the color also. I think this look good on it. Okay, perfect. The size of this, let's reduce the size. Let's see it. Okay. I think the size of this also. 7. Which other one? Okay. The size. Is in 7 already. Okay. Yes. I think we are good to go. Yeah. So the next one is employment type by salary. Same thing. Don't forget to use your skeleton. It makes the work easier. Use your skeleton. Yes, it makes the work very, very easy. Mm, I want it to be aligned. Is it aligned? Just a little bit. Okay, good. So now, next one is employment type by salary. Employment type by salary. So you bring horizontal first. No, 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 no. Floating. Okay. Employment type by salary. Border. The next one, your background color. You observed you are using a uniform thing. That's it. So this is employment type by salary. Just double click. When you double click, same thing, floating. I want to drag it inside now. So you hold your shift key and you just drag it in. It's when you're seeing those, what's it called, thing like that, you don't need to stress yourself. Entire view. Let's pull width. Okay, let me check. Employment type by salary. I don't like this, the way this look like. So let's bring it in again. I don't like the way it looks. Floating. So I think I love it this way. Fits. Let's see it. Good. So I love it this way now. So with this now, we'll just do what? So let's now bring our skeleton floating. That's why I used to tell people that dashboard is just art. The major thing is the insight. So like I said, dashboard is just an art. Just you beautifying something. It's not necessarily what really matters in data analysis. The major thing is you understand what you're doing. So, okay, let's run the same thing, layout, borders, yes, color, yes. The next one is this, then opacity 40. Okay, so you hold your shift key, you drag it in. Hold your shift key, you drag in. Good. I think we're getting there. The last one is the work setting by salary. Go back to your dashboard, horizontal, floating. Don't forget those processes, it's just a normal step here. layout, border, this, the color, background is. So we have, what do we have here? Work setting by salary. We bring it in first. Let's see how it looks. Work setting by salary. Okay. I think the color here also. We work setting by salary. Let me adjust the color also there. None. Good. So let's check. Good. It's perfect this way. What else? So you hold your shift key, don't forget. If you want to drag it in your skeleton, come here, fit, width. Let's see. Good. Let me see how it looks like. Okay. I think perfect one is width. You can decide to change your, let's change this to like 10. Let's see how it looks like. Work setting, right? Okay. Let me leave it. 12 is okay. So work setting, or let's change all titles to 10. Let's change all titles to 10. Uniformity is necessary and important here. Okay, good. So the last one is our table, which is the last thing to be at this side. Then another thing here, I don't want this salary. So the ones you don't want, you just take it off. These are my slicers I've actually built. So employment type now, if I click on contract, you can see. So we'll still run it to be effective for everything. Don't forget. So we'll still run it to be effective for all. So now, the next one is, the last one is tables. So let's bring our skeleton in, floating. Okay, layout. Don't forget, uniformity is very necessary. You see, we're having uniform color through. So dashboard, what are we having here? We're having the last one, which is this. Good. Yeah. The white is showing here also. So let's go back and adjust. Let's go back and adjust. None. Perfect. So same thing, hold your shift key, you drag inside. fits perfect. Okay, so now we've created our tables. We've replicate the same thing we did in our project. So we've replicated the same thing we did in our project. So now we have, now the major thing is now we want it to be interactive. So we want it to be interactive. And the interactive part is what we want now. So we want it to be interactive. So don't forget those places. Okay, I don't want this. Get it off. So now the way we have all these now, so we want it to be interactive for all. The same way we did the last one, you can see use as filter. So just check everything, use as filter, check everything, use as filter, use as filter, use as filter. You can see, so which means all. So now, okay, let me turn it back. Which one? All. So, okay. So which means if I click on this now, it will affect everything. You can see. If I click on remote, I can see all informations pertaining to remote. So remote, all information pertaining to remote. So if I click on this, I can see all information pertaining to in-person, and same thing for all. So we've done every, so this is interactive enough now. So if you want to check under our work here now to see under our work here, so if we want to check under our work here now, you can see this is our work here that we have here. We want to check now, reduce it to, okay, I don't want everything, I want it to be reduced. You can see, so we can reduce that. So this is our dashboard that we've created. We've replicated the same thing we did in our project. So like I said, formatting, you can still do a lot of things. If I want to bring in picture now, let's say I just want to bring in a logo. I want to add a logo for a particular company now. So same thing, you just click outside, like I said, you click on image. So what am I bringing in? If I click on image now, if I click on image, I can now drag image. It starts from file. You can see where did I want it. Insert image. I click on choose. So anywhere I want my image, I can come to my image and just look for any image that I want. This is the logo I want. You just click on apply. So you can see. So same process. It's just the same process that you are doing. Come here, click on floating. So from the floating now, I can drag this to the sideways anyhow I want it, anyhow I want the image, anywhere I want it to appear. So you can see, oh, so anywhere I want the image to appear, I'll just drag it in. I'll just drag it in. So fit image, center image. So I'll just drag it in. So that is how to insert image. So with this now, we've replicated the same thing building a dashboard. So with this, you can be able to, like I said, you can beautify your own yourself anyhow you want it. You just need to understand where those things are necessary, where I need to bring them in. You understand? So that is all about our dashboard. So I can just rename this as employee dashboard. So with this now we are good to go. So if you now want to save, you don't want this to be public. Don't forget when I told you that if I click on contrast now and my internet is on, it will be public. But if you don't want this to be public and you just want to have its file, you click on save as. So under your save as, where do you want it? So where do I want it? Under my save as, so under your save as, you look for where you want it. I think this one is 4.5 projects. Just normal saving. So this one will save as Tableau. So what did I want it? Projects. So with this now, it will not be in public. Nobody will be able to have access to it except you. So this is all about creating your dashboard. So next video we'll talk about the difference between Tableau and Tableau and Power BI. I'll just tell you the differences. You see the differences. So we're good to go. Make sure you try also, like I said, keep trying, keep trying your best. You can come up with a lot of projects on your own. Make projects. You can do as many as possible. And like I said, one thing is that the reason why I'm bringing skeleton here before bringing all this is because it makes it easier. You see, it is uniform. It is uniform and it's very, very cool this way. So see you in the next class. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.